FuReel is about passion, it's about culture. It's not just about sharing a Chinese martial art, but it's about sharing the light at the end of my tunnel, and maybe this could be the light at the end of your tunnel, or you can just enjoy some really cool content, and this is FuReel. So, it says, many books and other sources show traditional resistance exercise or supplementary fitness drills for martial arts. What are your thoughts on a modern approach to strength and conditioning versus more traditional or style-specific exercises?
Well, I think first thing that comes to mind is I'm not an expert in this topic of modern exercise regimes because I haven't grown up with it.
Yeah.
But my short experience with high resistance type exercise, we did some human movement stuff with Ryan when we first started freeform fighting, and that was based on the CHEK method.
Okay.
Of exercise, which is kind of like taking everything back to a time where we were doing manual labor. So everything was about functional movement. That's pretty much my only stuff. Usual stuff at school. You get taught how to lift weights in the gym when you're at high school and stuff like that. None of it really interested me. I found that in my experience, the two things really, when I focus my energy on one particular type of exercise, it actually only uses those muscle groups and it has a particular outcome. So if I want to look a certain way, if I want my body to look a certain way, then that's what I should do. If I want my body to function a certain way, like if I'm a rock climber or I'm a marathon runner, two very different sports, I think the exercise that I do would be very specific to that sport.
Yeah.
So Pierce's question, I'm making it mean that it's actually trying to find an exercise that complements martial arts training, particularly our Kung Fu, Jing and Chen style Tai Chi practical method. I would say I would rather use my time to practice the actual forms with resistance than to go and get a resistance exercise to improve that muscle group. And the reason being is my second reason is our training is about the three parts that make us whole: the mind, the body, the spirit. It has to have a clear theory. It must be complex, and then we work hard. So these other exercises that he's talking about, once again, because I'm not an expert, I can't really comment other than what I've seen before.
Yeah.
And to me, it wouldn't be the best use of my time. I think, though, there's probably a place for it in that if someone is rehabilitating from an injury or from surgery, for example, then a specific exercise that isolates particular muscle groups because a health professional like a physiotherapist or a physical therapist of some nature has identified that muscle had been torn off and now it's been surgically reattached. We have to work this way to do this because it's a specific muscle group. It has its place. Generally speaking, for an able-bodied person, average like myself, I would just get involved in the movement, get involved in the training and do more of it and find ways of pressuring the body to produce a more concentrated result rather than isolating something to do the exercise to improve a particular muscle group. That's my take on it. So mind, body, spirit, for me, it's much easier to switch off and just focus on the doing if it is a simple repetitive movement. When it is full of theory, principles that I have to follow that I can't do very well, I can't do naturally, and it's a very complex mechanism that I'm working on, then that pulls me in, like we were saying this morning in class. That's what makes me present to myself. So that's what I would prefer to do. I'm not saying it's bad, but just saying from my perspective, I would have better use of my time doing others. More training, more practice, under some form of stress, rather than do a different practice.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm.